Welcome back, everybody. Rudy with Alpha Investments. Due to popular demand, we're bringing back the mass box opening result videos. It's because people have been asking, Rudy, why don't you do those anymore? Well, number one, I don't do mass box openings anymore, so these are all going to kind of be vintage. So today, these are the results. I pulled these out of the back room storage basement behind the bookcase, back behind the adult beverages and the adult magazines, and I found my results. This was a 138 booster box, mass box opening of Fate Reforged that I did on January 23rd, 2015. And I logged the results all the way to January 1st, 2018. I bought 138 booster boxes. I opened all 138 boxes. I paid $79 a booster box. I had 4,321 transactions on eBay doing that 3.5 year time frame. And I paid $11,254, and I made a profit of $3,211, or about 20%, selling the singles, and these are all the foils that I didn't sell from the mass box opening. So, I already made my 20%. I decided to pull out the foils, and people said, Rudy, let me see what you get. What kind of breakdown? Now, this was not a large mass box opening, everybody. This was only 138 booster box mass box opening. I consider that small to medium size. I consider larger mass box openings to be between 240 and 500 booster boxes to do a large, really stable sample size. The land was pretty cool though in Fate Reforged. I had a nice feel to it. Had a nice, really cool, unique artwork on some of these. Very pretty, almost deserty, almost like an Amonkhet theme actually. So these are all the basic lands that I got from 138 booster boxes, and guess what? Yeah. It's about one per box. Shocker. I know, right? Isn't that kind of crazy sounding? So nobody really cares about that. So let's start with the commons. Now, the common foils, these are not sorted. The only things sorted here are going to be my rares and mythics. Don't care about sorting the commons because I have no intention to sell them. I don't have time. Gurmag Angler was probably one of the big ones. Whisper was kind of a big one. Harsh Substance sold a lot during the launch period. On average, I received about 10 of each common foil from 138 booster boxes. I think the most popular were Map the Waste, Gurmag. These type of lands, these are the same ones reprinted in Eternal Masters. These always sold foil for like a couple dollars real nicely. The Bloodfell Cave, same thing. Goblin Heel Cutter, that one was always a good selling card too. Of course, goblins always do. Nah, never did much. The Rats always sold good. Let's see what else we got here. Cruelty, no. I'm trying to remember what some of these hot commons were back at the good old release and standard when all the hype was going on. And it's funny, most people watching this video today probably didn't play Magic this time, weren't even aware of what it was like during the release period of Fate Reforged. It was a really pretty fun time with the fetch lands, man. Mardu Scout, that was a hot one. Swift Waters, Thorn, all the lands were always hot. I think Goblin Hill, yeah, Pressure Point was a little bit. Rune Mark, Whiskaway. I think it's about it for the commons. I don't remember any other crazy common ones that were real popular. So I want to start there with the commons. I thought that was quite an interesting result, is that I ended up with about 10 of each common card from 138 booster box opening. So we're going to move the commons all aside, and we're going to go to the uncommons. Uncommons were a little bit different. On average, I ended up with between 4 and 8 of each uncommon, which is quite interesting. Grave Form was Grave Strength. Cloud for Dragon Rage was a good one. A lot of the uncommon foils were very hot, and obviously knowing what I know now, I probably should have sold a lot of them off when they were hot. Mind Scour, all the Dragon uncommons were good. River Prowler did good. Humble sold. Honor's Reward was decent. Usually the uncommons are usually pretty Fruit of the Fish, First Tree, River, Jeskai. Yeah, see, a lot of these were pretty good. I don't remember if there was one. Oh, Neutralizing Blast. That was one of the big ones. I remember that was a very popular selling one. Because I remember the ones I sold out of all the regular non-foils. I'd end up with like 200-300 of each regular. And of course, the Dragons, Vault Breaker. I thought there was another one or two. I don't remember the uncommons. That was really Dragon Rage. Yet I'm trying to remember what it was, though. I want to see if I can. I thought there was like another couple that were really Reality Shift. That's what, of course, it's blue. Reality Shift was always that was a real hot selling one. The Grave Strength, that was definitely a Reality Shift. Sages, that one did a little bit. I remember that being hot for a little while. Pyro, Shadow Sphere had a little action too. I remember Humble Fruit. I think that was about it for the uncommons though. Reality Shift was probably one of the number ones. The Barricade. Okay, so I think it's about it for the common uncommons. But I wanted to give you an idea of what you receive when you do a large box opening. So obviously, the rares and mythics is what everybody really wants to know about. So let's jump right to that. So as far as the rares go, you're going to notice a pattern after a little while here. Of course, rare land, the only one in the set. Crucible of Dragon, garbage. Rally of the Ancestor did a little bit. Nice little playset of 4 foil rares from 138 boxes. Mastery of the Unseen, same thing. There was some speculation around that. Pushed it up for a little while. Again, playset of 4 rares. You noticing a pattern yet? Again, 4 Citadel Sieges on the foil rares from 138 boxes. Another good little rare card. Let's see what we got here. Some little Dragon Scale action. Another that one's got 5 rares. So as you guys are seeing, the range is between 2 rares and up to about 5. That's the average range, with 3 to 4 being kind of the mean. Sometimes you'll see 6, sometimes you'll see 1, but overall, supplement form, terrible card even back in the day. And Monastery Siege, whoa, look at this one. 3, 6, 7 of that particular rare. So there is natural volatility. Now remember, this was only a 138 box mass box, so this was not a 500 box run where everything equaled out. Keep that in mind, everybody. Silent Tempest never did much. Infiltrator was never a great card, only 3. That's nice. Let's see what we got here. Outpost. Oops, a little mixed up there. Arcbound out. So 2 Arcbounds, some Outposts, some more Arcbounds. Sorry, a little out of order. And none of those were great. Let's grab some more rares here. Alicia, never did anything. Phoenix, never did anything. Rider, never worth much. Mob Rule. None of the red rares were really a big thing in Fate Reforged. All right, green, Dragonclaw. Again, you got a nice 4, 5, 6. 6 of that green rare. Wild Call, we got a nice 4, 5. Another same thing, about 6. So you can tell the numbers do average out. They really do. When you open a lot, that track printing really comes through. 4 War Shamans. Revelation, same thing. You got 4. Mastodon, 5, 6. Oh, 7. Frontier Siege, this was a good rare back in the day. This one we did get 6. So are you guys noticing the track printing really does level out the more scaling you do? Just want to lay that out there. So let's jump over to the goodies. Now in Dragons, in Fate, and Cons, all about multicolored. So all these dragon rares and the mythics, the lords and the different, these things were where the money was at. 2 Drifting Deaths. You got 4 or 5 of the Soul of Winters. So you can definitely see there's Storm's Fury. That was a hot one for a while. And wow, look at that. 3, 7 of the Storm Furies on that particular one. Eternal, only 3. Look at that volatility, man. And Atarka, look at that. 6 of the old World Renders, huh? Scroll of the Masters, terrible card. And of course, how many did we flip and get? 4, 5, 6, 7. Terrible. All right, going to the black cards. I know. Original Rudy's brother. I actually like that art a lot better. I feel like that's more of a power leader type artwork versus that stupid Rudy's brother reprint. All right, Golden Fang, original. Wow, 3, 6. 6 of the original Rudy's brother. Very iconic card for the era of Magic during Standard. Soul Flare, same thing. What do we got here? This was an attempted one. Never really got off the ground. 6 of the Soul Flares. I remember this regular rare at $5 and the foils at $15. But again, nothing ever came out of it. It did kind of erode down. 4 of the Strike Leaders. That was another attempt to be built up. Nothing happened. 2 Palace Sieges. Okay, now look at this. Now this Fate card was a really big deal at some point in time for those of you who were not around, an old fart like me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the most I ever got of any one rare in the mass box opening of Fate Reforged. I ended up with 9. I should have sold them. They were like 15, 20 bucks a piece at the peak. But you know what? I didn't have the time, and I lived and learned. And of course, 5 Archfield of Garbage Fire. So that gives you an idea. As you guys learned, it really didn't matter if the card was good or bad. The Fate spell card was one of the best cards at the time. I got the most of it. Some of the worst ones you see, there really is no conspiracy theory with the foil layout. I want to just kind of present that. Same now, the Mythics get even worse, everybody. The pattern and the volatility of the swings get out of control worse, man. You guys ready? Just laying it out there. There's no pattern. You're going to it really becomes clear on the Mythics. So, right out of the gate, 4 foil Mythic Soulfire Grandmaster. Now remember, I have no cost basis in any of these cards. Keep that in mind. I already spent my 11 grand. I got my 11 grand back. I already made like $3,000 profit. These were just the spoils of war. So 4 foil mythics, 1 mentor. That's it. Only 1 shiny head monastery mint. That's it. Only 1. Temptress is what I called her. 3 of the Temptress. You know, I mean, she's not really worth anything. And 2 of the garbage elementals, foil mythics. All right, what do we got here? 2 of the Great Hunt Shamans. Again, only 2. You guys noticing there is no consistency to this. 1 Whisperwood Elemental, which really made me upset because at the time this was a very hot card. All right, Wardens. So, 5 Wardens of the First Tree. I loved this card, and it did okay for a little while, but never did much. 5 of that. I know all you guys are looking at is Ugin back there. 5 of the Ugin. Ooh, no. 5 Wardens. Yeah. Now, of course, everybody wants to know, okay, Rudy, the best card in the set, how many foil Ugins did you get? Dr. Uji's gluten-free. I ended up with 3. So on 138 mass box opening, I ended up with 3 Spirit Dragons. Honestly, remember at the time, this was not a crazy #1 most expensive. Or was it? Maybe it still was. I can't remember now. So other news, of course, garbage, ghastly, because you flipping ghastly waste your money. 4 of that foil mythic. And last but not least, 3 of the Orc Warriors. So, the purpose of this video, #1, is to show everybody this is the actual rate and breakdown of the variety of cards you receive on a mass box opening of 138 booster boxes from a distributor with no shady shenanigans. So the biggest takeaway is, yes, the foil mythics have insane volatility. The foil rares are pretty stable. The foil commons and uncommons are completely consistent. I mean, they start to get very, very consistent. You don't have very little or very lot of each one. They really start to level out, and you get the same about 9 to 10 of each foil common as you scale upwards. Same thing with the uncommons. The rares are slowly starting to level out as you get more and more boxes to reduce that volatility. In the mythics, I'll be honest with you, I don't think you can guarantee a set number of mythics unless you do a 1,000 box opening. So I want to leave that out there. I hope you guys learned something today. I hope you guys found this interesting, because I sure did. And yeah, haven't done one of these in a long time. Thank you all for the support, and have a great day.